The Texas Department of Transportation Houston District would like to welcome you to this virtual public meeting with in-person open house. This presentation will provide information on the proposed Seawolf Parkway at Pelican Island project. This is a pre-recorded presentation. My name is Darren Dotson and I am part of the project team. I would like to thank you for participating in this public meeting. During the virtual presentation, you may pause the video and navigate forward or backward using your video player. If you have any technical difficulties accessing the public meeting information, need special accommodations, or speak a language other than English or Spanish and have interpretation needs, please contact Adam Wood at 713-802-5267. Details on how to submit comments will be provided further in the presentation. The virtual public meeting is being held in conjunction with an in-person open house. The open house will be held on Thursday, August 17, 2023, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Galveston Island Convention Center located at 5600 Seawolf Boulevard, Galveston, Texas 77551. The information presented in the virtual public meeting and the in-person option is identical, and the opportunities to comment do not differ. The purpose of this public meeting is to engage with stakeholders in the adjacent communities regarding the proposed project and to receive feedback. It also offers an opportunity for the project team to address any questions or concerns from the public. The Texas Department of Transportation, or TxDOT, commits to purposefully involve the public in planning and project implementation by providing for early, continuous, transparent, and effective access to information and decision-making processes. This project is anticipated to receive federal funds, and because of the federal component, TxDOT is required to assess the potential environmental effects of the proposed project in accordance with federal standards. The process that is followed is called the National Environmental Policy Act process, otherwise known as NEPA. The NEPA process provides analyses of the potential impacts to the natural and man-made environment and helps the decision maker to make an informed decision on whether or not to proceed with the project. On December 9, 2019, TxDOT received a signed Memorandum of Understanding from the Federal Highway Administration that permits TxDOT to assume responsibility from the Federal Highway Administration for reviewing and approving certain assigned NEPA projects. This review and approval process applies to this project. In this presentation, I will first outline the notification process leading up to this public meeting. Then I will provide an overview of the project, discuss background information, and explain the need for and purpose of the project. This will be followed by a detailed discussion of the proposed improvements and the environmental analysis. Next steps and funding information will be provided following the engineering and environmental discussion. Toward the end of this presentation, there are instructions on how to submit written comments as well as contact information for TxDOT. In preparation for this public meeting, notices in both English and Spanish were published on the TxDOT webpage on Wednesday, July 26, 2023. In addition, links to the meeting notice were posted on the TxDOT Facebook page and TxDOT Houston District Twitter page. Elected officials were notified of this public meeting by mail and email on Friday, July 28, 2023. Notices in both English and Spanish were then mailed to adjacent landowners on Friday, July 31, 2023, along with project location maps. Notices were also published in the Galveston County Daily News and La Voz on Wednesday, August 2, 2023, in English and Spanish respectively. Approximately 13,800 postcards were mailed out using Every Door Direct on Friday, August 4, 2023, to mailboxes within the 77554, 77550, and 77551 zip codes. Informative flyers were hand-delivered to local community facilities, gathering places, and apartment complexes in the vicinity on Monday, August 7, 2023. TxDOT advertised the meeting on roadside variable message signs along Seawolf Parkway on Pelican Island and at the intersection of IH-45 and 61st Street on Galveston Island from August 7, 2023 to August 14, 2023. The proposed project is located within Galveston County along Seawolf Parkway at the bridge to Pelican Island. This bridge replacement project would start at State Highway 275 on Galveston Island and end at Seawolf Parkway on Pelican Island. The proposed bridge will be on new location, and the proposed roadway on Pelican Island would be realigned on new location around the north side of the Texas A&M Galveston campus. The proposed project is approximately 2.2 miles long. The estimated cost of the proposed project is approximately $194 million, which would be funded with a combination of federal, state, and local dollars. This information can also be found on the project handout for quick reference. In the next couple slides, I will discuss the need for and purpose of the project. The current load-restricted lift bridge limits access to Texas A&M Galveston campus and several industries on the island. The existing bridge structure was opened to traffic in 1960, has reached the end of its design lifespan, and needs to be replaced. Multiple inspections have been performed on the bridge between 1997 and 2018, with the 2018 inspection revealing some issues that threaten the stability of the bridge, including corrosion, as shown on the image on this slide. Repairs have been made to the bridge following these inspections to maintain the safety of the bridge. Within the last 10 years, TxDOT has spent over $12 million performing maintenance and repairs to the structure. If the bridge is not replaced, the need for additional maintenance funding would increase each year. The bridge would require more restrictive load postings. Truck traffic at some point would not be allowed on the bridge, and more extensive maintenance closures may occur due to uncertainty of the foundation elements of the bridge. Beyond the primary safety considerations, the existing bridge is a lift bridge that, when raised, causes travel delays. Because boats take priority over roadway traffic, vehicular traffic on the bridge must be stopped when the bridge is open to allow for waterway traffic. Furthermore, when the bridge is accommodating boat traffic, emergency vehicles have no other way to travel to and from the island. A sudden bridge closure for necessary repairs would severely impact emergency response times during an emergency situation or evacuation. In addition to providing a safe, uninterrupted access to and from Pelican Island, replacing the bridge would also help to accommodate for existing and future increases of heavy truck traffic from industrial development on Pelican Island. Now let's talk a little about the history of the project. In September 2017, Galveston County held a public meeting to provide information on alternatives that were developed by the county and to receive public input. The alternatives that were shown included 4 conceptual designs, including 3 build concepts and 1 no-build concept, as shown in the slide. Following the 2017 public meeting, the Texas Transportation Commission identified funds available through the Federal Bridge Replacement and Rehabilitation Program Fund to support the development and construction of the replacement bridge. TxDOT is now overseeing the development of the project design and environmental process. TxDOT evaluated the 3 conceptual design alternatives developed by Galveston County to determine which alternative would be best to carry forward for further consideration. The criteria that TxDOT used in the evaluation included constructability, navigational considerations relative to the Gulf Intracoastal Waterway, or GIWW, and input from adjacent and affected property owners. The results of the evaluation concluded that the new bridge could not be constructed in close proximity to the existing bridge without impacting the existing bridge structure. It was also concluded that by shifting the proposed bridge alignment further west from the existing bridge location, the angle of the proposed navigable envelope relative to the GIWW would improve and provide for safer vessel turning movements under the bridge. Input from Texas A&M Galveston was considered, which included a request for a 1,000-foot setback of the proposed alignment on Pelican Island to avoid heavy truck traffic through the middle of campus. Based on the alternatives analysis, TxDOT decided to move forward with a best fit alignment that was developed using the evaluated criteria. During 2021 and 2022, TxDOT delivered presentations and received input from multiple agencies and stakeholders, including the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Coast Guard, Texas General Land Office, National Marine Fisheries Service, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Greater Houston Port Bureau, Lone Star Harbor Safety Committee, Gulf Intracoastal Canal Association, Port Houston Authority, Texas International Terminals, Texas A&M University at Galveston, T&E Marine, and recreational boaters. Input received included that the horizontal opening of the bridge should be wider than the 125-foot clearance of the existing bridge, and that a 73-foot vertical clearance of the main bridge span would be adequate. These results were compiled and documented in a Navigational Impact Assessment report. Based on concern regarding the proposed horizontal opening, TxDOT contracted for a ship simulation study to be completed that would allow pilots to virtually drive the proposed bridge opening configuration and provide feedback. In March 2023, the TxDOT project team worked with the Siemens Church Institute to perform the ship simulation. The primary objective of the simulation exercises was to determine the optimal horizontal span width for marine traffic transiting through the channel under normal environmental conditions. During the simulation, multiple design variables were tested, including different span widths and angles of the channel. Pilots tested navigability of each design through multiple situations, considering variables such as wind, flow currents, day or night situations, fully loaded or empty vessels, and upriver or downriver scenarios. After each run, captains and pilots were debriefed, commenting on the ease or difficulty of the scenario and the safety margins that could be expected if a bridge was built in that position with those design specifications. The results of the study concluded that a horizontal opening of 175 feet, which was the widest opening analyzed, had an average success rate of 77%, meaning that 23% of the runs through the 175-foot wide horizontal opening hit the bridge. The observations and results of the ship simulation were used by the TxDOT project team in refining the design of the preferred bridge alignment, which included increasing the horizontal opening wider than 175 feet. Shown on this slide is a typical section of the existing Pelican Island Bridge. An existing typical section is a cross-section of what the bridge looks like today. The existing bridge is a load-restricted lift bridge with two undivided, approximately 13-foot wide lanes, one in each direction, with variable width curbs and no shoulders. The width of the existing bridge from rail to rail is approximately 30 feet. There is a decommissioned rail line right-of-way running parallel to the bridge on the eastern side. The existing bridge does not have any bicycle or pedestrian accommodations. This slide illustrates a proposed typical section or a cross-section of what the proposed bridge would look like with the project. The proposed bridge would be a new, non-restricted, fixed-span bridge with two undivided 12-foot wide lanes, one in each direction, with 13-foot wide outside shoulders on both sides. The proposed roadway would also have a 10-foot wide shared use path on the east side for bicycle and pedestrian use. The width of the proposed bridge deck would be approximately 65 feet. The existing bridge and existing rail line running parallel to the bridge will be removed as part of this project. This slide illustrates a proposed typical section once the bridge connects to ground level on Pelican Island. The proposed roadway would include two undivided 12-foot wide travel lanes, one in each direction, with 8-foot wide outside shoulders, and a 10-foot wide shared use path. The proposed right-of-way on Pelican Island would vary between 125 and 140 feet wide. This slide shows a cross-section of what the main span of the proposed bridge would look like. The proposed bridge would have 73 feet of vertical clearance across the entire 238-foot wide main span. The proposed bridge would meet Gulf Intracoastal Waterway clearance requirements. The proposed project would require approximately 28.5 acres of additional right-of-way. It would also require 0.2 acre for a drainage easement. No displacements would occur as a result of the proposed project. Information about the right-of-way acquisition process may be found on the TxDOT webpage at the web address listed on this slide. Information regarding the schedule for acquisition may be obtained by calling the TxDOT District Office at 713-802-5740. This slide shows where the additional 28.5 acres of right-of-way would be required for the project. Approximately 17.1 acres would be required on Pelican Island, and approximately 11.4 acres of right-of-way would be required over water. The project team is identifying and evaluating potential environmental impacts that could occur as a result of constructing the proposed project. Areas that are under review include traffic noise, historic resources, biological resources, community impacts, archaeological resources, environmental justice, water resources, and hazardous materials. The project will be designed to avoid or minimize impacts to the greatest amount practicable. Once completed, technical reports documenting the analysis and conclusions of these studies will be available for review upon request. The proposed project will be funded with a combination of federal, state, and local funds for a total of approximately $194 million. The project is currently not fully funded. We want to highlight the estimated project timeline. Look for the green "We Are Here" arrow at the top of your screen. After the comment period closes, the project team will review the comments received, make appropriate design changes, and prepare official public meeting documentation. Public meeting documentation will be posted to the project meeting webpage when completed after the close of the comment period. The next steps include receiving an environmental decision and required permits, beginning detailed design activities, and acquiring right-of-way. Construction is anticipated to begin in summer 2027. The project team estimates construction would take approximately 3 years. TxDOT encourages you to review the public meeting materials and to provide written comments. You may submit written comments either at the in-person meeting in the comment box or online by using a digital comment form found on the project webpage. The digital comment form may also be accessed by scanning the QR code link shown on this slide. You may also submit written comments by using the comment card found on the project's webpage in the download section. The comment card can be emailed to HOU-PIO webmail at TxDOT.gov or mailed to the TxDOT Houston District, attention Advanced Project Development Director, P.O. Box 1386, Houston, Texas 77251-1386. Comments must be submitted in person, online, by email, or mailed and postmarked by Friday, September 1st, 2023 to be included in the official public meeting documentation. Responses to comments received during the comment period will be included in the public meeting documentation that will be posted on the project webpage when complete. To access the public meeting page, visit https://www.txdot.gov/projects/hearings-meetings.html or scan the QR code on the slide. Please don't hesitate to contact us with any questions, and feel free to contact Adam Wood at the TxDOT Houston District Office by phone at 713-802-5267 or email at adam.wood@txdot.gov with any questions or comments at any time during the project development process. And don't forget to click on these links and follow us on Twitter for ongoing road closures and construction updates on the Houston District Twitter page. You may also keep up with TxDOT News on our Facebook page or follow us on our Instagram page. November 7, 2000 was the last deathless day on roadways in Texas. That means for nearly 23 years, at least one person has died every single day. We all have a part to play to change that. This message is that reminder to end the streak of deaths on Texas highways. We need drivers and passengers to act more responsibly and help us reach our goal of 0 deaths by 2050. Texans can play a major role in ending fatal crashes with a few simple driving habits. Wear seat belts, drive the speed limit, put away the phone and other distractions, and never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So please do your part and share this message with your family and friends. Thank you for participating in this public meeting. Please remember to submit your comments no later than Friday, September 1st, 2023 to be included in the official public meeting documentation.